do you think? Let's get to that Gladwell thing in a second if we can. But actually, honestly, I have like this is an interesting question because, and maybe Matt, I don't know, I don't remember which ones we have, but like maybe this is a good time to, I know I'm all over the place, but throw up one of those like crazy fucking insane democratic things we've been seeing from Kamala Harris or Brian Schatz or whoever.
Yeah, do you want Gladwell before we go to that?
All right, yeah, let's do Gladwell, then we'll loop back to that. But let's do Gladwell real quick, just because Gladwell sucks.
Yeah, he's a sicko.
Yeah.
For a long time too.
Is it this, right? This
Yeah, just one. Malcolm Gladwell. Yeah, this is Dan Walken, I guess, summarizing it. So I just want to say I did not listen to the podcast or whatever.
Oh, what?
Always tricky when you do this.
Well, okay, just for some background, Mike. But
let
Simmons,
me read this real quick. What Don Walken said. Gladwell.
Sure.
Malcolm Gladwell, continuing his recent string of deeply problematic and weird takes, suggested on Simmons' podcast that NBA players could be tested daily and live in a bubble and keep the season going. My thing is like I don't like to do that really as much as possible without listening to or reading something myself. But the problem is I've read enough Malcolm Gladwell to be like, I have no doubt that he said that. Like dollars to donuts, that's exactly what he said.
And just so people know, Bill Simmons, I guess, for lack of a better phrase or term, is the Joe Rogan of sports media, right? Like he's
Rogan though. He's not.
He's not as good as I don't know. He can be. He can be in his own way. He can be good, but he's with.
Yeah, it's like it was like Beverly Hills Cop to me.
Yeah, right. There you go. He's like sort of the sports fan, like the normie sports fan,
right?
Is a Simmons fan,
right?
And even me, like I'm a Simmons fan, right? Like I was reading him back when he was doing Page 2, all the way back in 2001 and all of that. Like back when he first started on ESPN, and he was kind of like their counterculture guy, right? Like I was always a Simmons fan. Obviously he's gotten uber rich and uber successful, and is he's lost touch in a lot of certain ways, but Malcolm Gladwell is that, right? Like that's their audiences and their sort of worldviews perfectly aligned, right? Like two super rich guys who have no idea how normal people think and feel anymore, for the most part, right? So that Gladwell would go up there and say, like, they should just keep playing the games. Like, let's just test them every day. And like, for who? For what? Like, what are we talking about?
That's the thing that is what's so wild is like just the two lines of that, right? Because it's like, okay, big picture, it's part of the reason we're in such a crisis because there's not enough test kits, period, right? And the Trump administration rejected WHO help, and we can't access Cuban medicine, and all this stuff. So, big picture, we've already got a major supply problem in terms of tests. And then on the other side, and I'm not saying it's as important, but it's definitely important. It's just the presumption. It's like, oh, well, what we'll do is we'll just fucking test these guys every single day. They will get an invasive test that will be like every single day. It will be frightening because they'll know that they're taking a serious the just that guy that view just hit every fucking quadrant of wrong.
And the problem is like he thinks, I feel like that's a take you take out for a spin if you think you're like talking directly to Joe Sports fan. Because Joe Sports fan just wants his sports. These guys make millions of dollars. Like, I just want my sports. And it's just like, even Joe Sports fan understands implicitly that in the midst of a global pandemic, we probably don't need the NBA right now. Like it's probably one of those things we can spend 3 months without. Like even Joe Sports fan understands that.
Joe Sports fan is not going to wish his favorite player or team corona.
Put it on the line. Put you and your family on the line for this. Who's the GOAT? LeBron or Jordan? Like, what
is that? Like Malcolm Gladwell was like leave it all on the field way too literally.
Yeah, he's a sicko for that one, man. Yeah. But again, it's just about being out of touch, man. And it's like, again, you never have conversations with normal people who would turn around and be like, sir, you want them to do what? Like incubate themselves to who? And they're already millionaires. Like they know this is stupid. Like I already got bread. What? I don't gotta do this.
Right, exactly.
This ain't the antebellum South.
Hey, Malcolm,
about?
you're trying to terrorize millionaire NBA players like we terrorize the entire American underclass. And I understand that's what you're inspired to do, but I don't think you're reading the signs right, bro. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Hey,
you know, and not to switch gears too quickly on
Woz
guys.
isn't drunk this time.
No. I'm completely sober, guys, for now. I saw Lindsey Graham get up there and say, I don't want people getting money from the government. I want them getting a paycheck. I mean, have they ever said that to a corporation?
Of course not.
Like, what, this is it's embarrassing, dude.
Yo, it's embarrassing, but Woz, I have a serious question for you about. There it is. This is what Malcolm Gladwell wants. That's amazing. You just watched a Michael Brooks show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.